Alright guys, so this is the beginning of the 6BT build for my K20. So far I've just got it stripped down. I got the VE off. I sent that to Ratman Performance and he's gonna work it over. We're shooting for like 450 out of this engine, 450 horse, whatever that brings torque. Yeah, so the pump is currently at Ratman Performance. Right now, I took all the rocker arms off so we could do the milled rocker pedestals for head studs. And then so I can also pull the cam out. I'll pull the push rods out right now, stick some dowels in. And that way I can pull the cam so I could do the timing case seal. So far it's got a new water pump. I need to pull this plate off. And then that's gonna get replaced with a Keating machine one. Just don't mind the ugly paint right there. It's getting pulled off. So I'll pull the case off, do the seal, or pull the cam out, then the case, and then the seal, and put it back together. We have the steed speed on here just for mock-up. I just want to see how it look. This thing is sick. And then we got the friendly position inductions, 62, 67. Yeah, so with this charger and the pump, we should be able to hit 450 horse. We're gonna do a 2nd gen cooling system. So 2nd gen rad, 2nd gen intercooler. See if I can sandwich all that stuff in there. Or that's the plan at least for now. We'll see what ends up happening. We got the adapter plate for the 4L80. The truck has a 4L80 right now. I didn't really want to put I wanted a 47 RH, but the money I was gonna put into that, I'll just build the 4L80. Yeah, I'll set you guys down for a minute. Sorry, so I'm gonna try and sandwich the 2nd gen cooling system in here. Probably have to move this auxiliary battery tray out, this battery tray out too. We'll find a better spot for them, whether that's back there, probably not because of the AC lines. Back there, I might be able to fit one back there, I don't know yet. No, we'll move them all the way to the back, or we'll fucking put them sideways like this. We'll build a tray and just put it sideways on both sides. And I think we have enough space for an intercooler. You know, I think I have a space for intercooler here, and just move this out of the way. We can move this transmission cooler to the side, or we can even, yeah, so move the transmission cooler out of the way. The condenser is gonna have to move. I'm gonna see if maybe I could, like, I'll probably have to push it forward. I don't know how much. I'll probably have to make new lines, or see if I could just bend these a little out. That way I can fit the, but we'll see. I mean, I have some give because they turn into soft lines here, so I could still pull them forward a little. There's quite a bit of slack on both of them, and the compressor should be in the, like, roughly the similar spot, and we'll just have to switch it over to the Cummins style, because I was trying to find a bracket for this. I would have loved to keep that one, but doesn't look like I can. And then it doesn't even have the right pulley. That's a 7-groove pulley. The Cummins is an 8-rib system, so that won't work. But yeah, here you go. Got all the pedestals built. Took the rocker arms off the ones on the engine, and then put them on here. These are the milled pedestals for the head studs. Right now I have the valve covers back on the engine, just because I'm gonna flip it over so I could drop the oil. Nah, I don't even have to drop the oil in. I'm gonna flip it over. I'll probably drop it anyways, just so that I could reseal it. That way it doesn't leak. But I'll flip it over, pull the camshaft out, and then that way I can reseal the timing case. We want no leaks from this engine. And then since that'll be out, I'll redo the gasket down there. And then this is just mocked up. I'm gonna redo that rear main too. All right, so got the timing case off. Got the camshaft out. I had it flipped upside down like this so I could pull the cam out. That way the tappet stay in the bore. Got the gasket surface all nice and clean. I need to just hit it with some brake clean. There's a lot of dust on it and stuff, but got it all nice and shiny. The new gasket should go on pretty good. There you go. So on hindsight, I should have waited to paint it, done all the gaskets, then painted it. But my dumbass didn't wait, so I'll have to clean it all up again and then touch up whatever areas I fuck up. See, because like the paint flaked because I was cleaning, and then the paint flaked because it stayed stuck to the timing cover and stuff like that. Places like that, but I mean, that's little stuff. But yeah, for the most part, we're trying to build a leak-free engine. Although I know with these Cummins, it's kind of hard because they vibrate so much that you fucking start shooting oil out of everywhere, but we'll try and keep it as clean as possible. Also got that new Keating machine fuel lift pump cover. Yeah, I'll update you guys once this is clean and the new gasket is on. Alright guys, so got the timing case back on. Got it all, I RTV'd the gasket. And then I put these bolts in so I could tighten it down because it's going to sit like this for a while. So I'll just leave it like this, and then when I'm ready to put the cover back on, I'll take these out and these out, and then sit the cover back on, and then I'll get it all back together. I have this taped up because I'm gonna paint like all the spots that I missed now that it's upside down. Down there. Don't mind this. The billet tappet cover gets here soon. But like under here, down there, I'll paint all that red. And then I'll take the pan off, clean it, paint it. I don't know, maybe it might do that white. I don't know. White would look cool. The whole theme is like red, white, and blue, so we'll see. Or I might just do it all red and then go with the industrial Cummins theme. I don't know yet. We'll see. This is coming off because we're putting an air dog on it. Yeah, cam's back in. These bolts aren't tight yet, but they will be. I should probably tighten them before I forget. Probably put a piece of tape or something. Alright, so we're RTVing on the oil pan. Got the new gasket in there. This is how we do our work. I know probably a lot of people don't like RTV. It probably shows a quality gasket or something, but that's what we got. It's a paper gasket, so RTV. Clean the oil pan up. Clean the edge up, then send it back, torque it, call it a day. So yeah, one step closer to being in that. Alright, so far we have 2 pedestals in. So the way I've been doing it to make it easy is I'll take the head bolts out, take this bolt out, take the old pedestals off, these without the rocker arms, and then I'll put a new pedestal on like loosely with the bolt, and I'll bar the motor over until the cylinder, whatever cylinder I'm gonna put the pedestals on, exhaust valve is coming up. And when this comes up and both of these have play or lash, you know that that cylinder is at top dead center. That way when you compress the springs, the valve doesn't go through the pit, like into the cylinder. That way they drop down a little bit, but the piston will keep it up, and that way you don't mess anything up. You compress the springs, take the keepers out, take the old springs out, and put the new springs in. So far we have 2 like that, and then these are torqued to 125, and these are torqued to 25 foot-pounds. Right now we're about to do this one here, then this one, and this one, and this one. And yeah, so that's the update. I'm getting the other camera charged. I have a stand, so hopefully in the next clip you guys can see a time lapse of doing this. Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing the ARP head stud install. I already got the first two. We're doing it by the 1x1 method. So you pull out the head bolt, you put the stud in, and then you torque it. So I got those two done, following the procedure right here. I've seen other people do it. I know it's not the right way to do it, so you're supposed to put a head stud or a head gasket in it. But I'm going to run it like this for a while. If I blow the head gasket, then I'll pull the head, I'll send it to a machine shop, and then I'll fire ring the head. But we're gonna send it like this, see what happens. I'm not making too much power, so should be good, but we'll see. So this one here is next, and then this one here. But when I do this, I'm gonna rotate the engine so I can do the valve springs at the same time, because I got 60-pound springs. Got new springs here, and then we got the milled pedestals to replace those, so that the head stud doesn't hit the valve cover. So yeah, I'm working on getting a better camera setup so that I could leave it like doing like a time lapse. So yeah. All right guys, so putting in the valve springs on cylinder number 2. I just thought I'd show you how I get it in. So I get the keepers in, because they're kind of the first one was kind of being a pain in the ass, but then I figured it out. So what I do is I drop the first one in wherever it wants to go, because it like the tool is kind of like, it'll bring the spring down lopsided, like not completely even. And then let me see if I could. I'm gonna get the other one in there, and then I'll try to record. No, dropped it. Alright, so try to get a better angle here. So you drop the other one in, and then you see how it's like doesn't want to go in and the other one's already in, so you just spin it right by the side here. You just spin it. There you go, it's spun a little bit, and then the other one just drops right in. Now see, it doesn't want to go in, so you keep spinning it till come on, don't be stubborn. Alright, let's try to spin this one. Alright, maybe we need to go down a little bit more on the tool. Try to go slow, that way you don't just fucking drop, because then if you go too far, they drop too far in. Alright. No, does not want to cooperate. That's how I've been doing all of them. And then right now it's just being extra stubborn. Let's see. Try this. No. It just does not want to cooperate. Come on. Alright. Oh, doing this one-handed and trying to film is a skill I never thought I'd have to pick up. Well, I guess I do. And I just sent both of them into fucking the atmosphere, so let me come back and then I'll show you. So I don't know if you could tell, you're probably seeing that on a time lapse. So I was doing this and I fucked it up. You start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think it's 5, 6. Anyways, I got to this one. I did this one. Here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. I was here at 9, which is this one here. Got this one in. I got sidetracked, did something else, and I came back. For some reason, I was like, oh shit, I haven't done it. So I did this one. And then I was like, okay, this is 10. So I did this one. And so I fucking look over here, and this one's missing one. This was 10. These two were 17 and 18. So hopefully I didn't fuck anything up. And worst comes to worst, I get this shit running. I get it running, and it's got a head gasket leak. Hopefully not. I don't think so. Just because it was just these two, but and like that, I didn't take all of them off. I just took them one by one, and then torqued them to 125. But I don't know. We'll see. So right now, we just finished this one. That's 10. So 11 is this one here, and then 12 is this one. And when they take this out, we'll do the rocker pedestal too. Yeah, we're like halfway there. Fuck this up, but hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. Alright, so I got the return line out of the way. Now I gotta pop this retaining nut off. Alright guys, so this is after all the studs are in. Gonna start taking the injectors out. Gotta remove this return line here. You gotta remove all the hold down nuts. One, and all those. And then you use the puller here to take it out. Alright guys, so we're almost done building the engine here. I know I skipped a lot of it, but this is how it's sitting so far. So we got the Jonesies, or Adventure Vehicles Northwest billet alternator brackets or accessory drive brackets. So it's a high mount AC, so it could go into Chevy, because if it was down here still like original, it would hit the frame rail. So we have it up here now. This is just a mock-up using the original first gen compressor. I'm gonna swap this out and put a new one on. You see it's all rusty and stuff. I tried cleaning it the best I could, and I don't want to it's got a brand new vintage air. It's a year old now, but I mean basically brand new. I don't want to risk putting this old compressor and then messing up the system just because I don't want to buy a new compressor. So we'll get a new one of these. Just a mock-up for now and put the belt on right now. And then the alternator looks brand new too. So I think that's going to stay. See, it has a tag that they replaced it. I think that's going to stay. I'll just swap the regulator out. Or I don't know what kind of regulator's on here. I don't know. I've never messed with these Dodge trucks. So I'll have to see how that's going. And then I have the balancer on. I painted the fan hub. Got I think I might clean these bolts. I don't like how that looks, but we'll see. Got the fan hub painted too. You can see all sparkly and stuff. I had painted this, but I ended up laying it on its face to paint the backside of it, and then it got all these ghost markings like marbling. So once it dries, I'll have to take it all back apart and repaint it, because this looks gross. It looked really nice at first, and now it's all cracked and lined up. So we'll have to redo that, but I mean, it looks good for now. It looks better than it was, all rusty and stuff. This one came out really nice. You can see all the sparkly and stuff. I'll probably have to paint these bolts or clean them or something. But yeah, I like the blue though. The blue looks super nice. Just a little bit of color. Let's change it up from the red. The whole thing's red, so I was gonna do that in red too, but then I was like, no, I just kind of like it. I'll probably get those bolts new. So yeah, this is the new tensioner bracket. The way this mounts is pretty dope. It's got a new thermostat in there. Uses the factory, like this still goes on top of it, the tow hook. And then this just mounts to the side of the water neck. You can see it down here. Or down here, there you go, the side of the water neck. You see the compressor's all nasty. I tried cleaning it, but it wasn't enough, so. But this looks nice. And then, yeah. I got the turbo mounted. I got the turbo drain painted. Yeah, it looks nice. I wasn't under any hose clamps, but I'm proud of the turbo drain. The turbo drain came out really nice. I reclocked the turbo because the turbo drain wouldn't line up, so I had to undo these bolts, clock it, and then put it back on. I don't know how this goes, so once I have it in the truck, I'll see how I clock this. Got all brand new gaskets on the Steed Speed, Titan. Got a gasket in there now, Titan 2. Got the new injectors in. Got them all in. New copper washers on the return line. And then I need to clean that up. That's just like from residual. You see, it's when I put the head studs in, so I need to clean the whole thing up a little bit. But I mean, the paint job still looks really nice on the engine. I redid the valve covers, resprayed them because they were all pitted and stuff, so now they look way better. Look really nice now. All even. And then these get covered up with the beauty plate too, so I'm not too worried about the tops of them or the bolts looking ugly. Got brand new gaskets all the way around, all 6 of them. So we're officially fully gasketed up. The only thing that doesn't have a new gasket is this, but I'll take this off, put a gasket underneath, and then put it back on. Got the tappet plate on. I had to cover it up here because I had to respray this real quick. It wasn't sprayed. This, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to clean it up for the gasket area, but then it brought all the paint off with it, so I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. Same thing here. I don't want to put the gasket over the paint because I know the oil's gonna eat at the paint and then it's gonna leak. I need a grind over here. I try to put the starter in. I have the new starter here. You can see where it hit right there with the paint. So I need to take this ear off or just cut it because I know there's a bolt that goes in there. So I need to cut a little bit of it off so the starter could go in, or maybe just grind it. I don't know, but yeah, it's a 6.4. It's a Ford 6.4 starter. And hold up, let me zoom you guys out. Where it hits is, let's see. So it goes like this, right? And then where it hits is this casting right here, where this bolt goes through. This part right here hits right here. So that's gonna have to get shaved off and then reinstalled. And you can see a better angle of that. The drain tube looks really nice. You need to put some hose clamps on here and then we're good to go. Got a new oil filter. And then I need to put the fitting in here for the rear heater hose. So I'll probably do that next. But yeah, that's how it sits right now. It's almost ready to fire up. I'm just waiting on my pump from Ratman. And it'll be ready for a first fire. Got the gears all timed up in here too. So it's ready to rip. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so I'm sure you guys just saw a video of this thing running, but I know there's a lot. I'm pretty sure, I haven't gone back to see the clips, but I'm pretty sure that from the last clip you seen to when you saw this running, or I don't know if I'll put this video in before I get it running, or this and then getting it running, but basically from the last clip you guys saw, none of the injection pump wasn't on, the steering pump wasn't on, none of this stuff was on. So I'm gonna go basically through the whole thing and tell you what I did. So I got the new injectors in from Infinite Performance. These are Infinite Performance 5x14s, 150 horse injectors. Got those in, new copper washers installed. Sprayed the old lines, just sprayed them red, matched the engine, looks pretty good. Got the new ARP head studs in. They're torqued to 125 foot-pounds. Yeah, got all of them. Got the new 60-pound over valve springs and lashed the valves. It's got new milled rocker pedestals. So that's all in. I set the lash, rolled it all over. I finally got the 2 caps on for the front timing cover. Got this is a long story. I had it all nice, freaking clear coated, and I put tape on to touch up this part of the timing case because I chipped it. So I put tape on, and I'm guessing the paint wasn't fully cured. So when I went to peel off the tape, it chipped this. So I'll probably go back and redo it. It pisses me off seeing that big old chip. I did it blue just to add some color. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I did these pulleys in like this, like silver. Looks good. I put tape on this when I painted it blue, and I kind of regret it now because you can see a little rust. But it is what it is. I did this one in that same color. It just looks nice. Just give it, because I had this. I didn't paint the water pump. I painted the original one, and then when I put the new one on, oh, it's silver. So I kind of matched everything else to this. The truck had a newer alternator when I got it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it though, because it's still the regulated style. So I might go with the 1-wire, might not. I don't know yet. And then I put the AC pump on, but it's just, I cleaned it up because even though I'm not going to use it, I didn't want to take photos of it all disgusting. So I cleaned it. I don't want to put this on. The truck has a brand new vintage air system. I don't want to put this on and the pump be fucked up or something and just fill the whole system up with metal. So I'll probably get a new one of these. And now that it's up here, it's super easy to change. So yeah, I'm gonna change this out. This is just for mock-up so I could try the belt, which fit perfectly. This whole bracket kit is from Adventure Vehicles Northwest, or Jonesy's as he goes by on YouTube. It's a billet mount up here. It's got this billet mount bolts up to this water neck. It's got a brand new thermostat in there. So yeah, you bolt the water neck to the block, then you bolt this to the water neck. Then it's got this. You could run all sorts you could run a GM alternator, you could run a Ford alternator, or you could run this the OEM Dodge one. I just went with the OEM Dodge because I had one. I can mock it up, see if everything's gonna work. And then I looked out with the first gen intercooled fan hub because I was reading for the swaps. This is like the unicorn fan hub to buy, and you pretty much can't get them. I got a full engine from a donor truck, so like I don't have the donor truck, but the truck they pulled it off from, he gave me everything, and then I brought it back down to bare just block and then rebuilt it with what I needed. I was gonna P-pump swap it at the beginning, but I ended up going with the VE, getting it built by Ratman Performance. This is just a cheapy eBay one to get it started. It was like $400 because I was impatient. I wanted to hear it run with the new injectors and the new turbo. Make sure it started all up after everything I did to it. So I got it running. Then when I get the new V from Evan Ratcliffe, I'll take this off. Either sell it or keep it for something else. I cleaned this, ended up looking really good. I resealed it. I got a gasket kit for it. I doubled up the seals in the back because I was reading that they're really prone to leak. Some people stack washers because like it builds a lip on the pump. I just double stacked them. They fit, and a lot of people have good luck with getting them to not leak like that. So I'm gonna try that. And then once I take my old box off, my old power steering pump off, I'll take this reservoir off the GM one. I've read they fit because my truck has hydro steer, so I need the double return line. I don't like the idea of teeing into the single return. You get the funky pedal. Yeah, it just makes more problems. I got the block off plate here. I just had to respray here because I had chipped the paint. But you see this. This is freaking beautiful. I got as much billet as I could for this engine. I bought that so what started the billet on this engine. I wasn't going to put any billet on it. I had this plate covered or painted in red already. It looked nice. The engine was all red. Looked all original, like an industrial engine. But I didn't want the stock lift pump because I'm like I said, I'm getting my V pump built by Evan. So I didn't want a stock lift pump. I got a air dog for it, which is over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw it when I got it running, or I got it running with that basically. So I got this to block it off, and when I got that in the mail right after the adapter plate. So I got those two pieces, and I started thinking, I was like, damn, this thing would look dope with all billet. So I got basically as much billet as I could afford, because although I've tried to ball out on this build, I definitely don't have enough money to trick it out. If not, it'd be a fucking common rail 6.7 going into the thing, not a 12 valve. But anyways, yeah, so I got that, and then I saw these were cheap, so I got one of these. After I got that, I saw this on the side, which is why I got this. And then I saw the valve cover, and then my wallet said absolutely not. So I ended up just getting what I could, right? So which was this, the tappet cover, and that. Which this is a good thing, because I've read that the regular tappet covers leak a lot, so that should help. And then I also had to get the billet manifold, man. I got that Steed Speed on there, looks killer. Got the Fenley Precision inductions, 62, 67. Thing sounds beautiful when it revs out. So yeah, that's got the billet wheel. It's all blinged out. Yeah, so I resprayed the drain tube, which I was really happy about. It looks so nice. It was all crusty, so I resprayed it. I need to get exhaust and get hose clamps on that. These are the Summit motor mounts. I'm sure everybody's seen them. I don't know if they go like this, right, with the offset towards the back, or if they go flipped around with the offset towards the front. I'm guessing once I get it on the truck, I'll know. It's got a HX40 downpipe. I aimed it like that because I had the engine. In the video, you can see I have the engine tilted that way. Because the first time I started it without it, and it just freaking filled this whole garage up with smoke. I have this clamp on here. It's off of a HE351 VE, which this looks like a HE351 exhaust housing. I don't know what Duncan Fenley uses for the exhaust housing. And that's what it looks like, because it has that same internal wastegate. But this is off of a variable geometry 351, like in the industrial ISPs. This is a takeoff from another engine, so that's why I just used it. It's got a 6.4 starter, but you could see where it was leaking exhaust right there. So I don't know if I just need to tighten it more, or if I need an actual HX40 clamp. I don't know, we'll see. And then I have a 6.4 starter. These cables are just temporary to start it, because it didn't want to crank, and then it ended up turning into a whole fiasco. So I just used the old first-gen cables, but I'm gonna get new ones. Got the billet adapter plate, got the new flywheel, or flex plate, that's going to a 4L80. Let's see, got a new filter. So this thing rips, or it doesn't, I don't know if it rips, right? But I mean, it sounds awesome. I got it running, so it's time to get it into the Chevy. Yeah, so basically, Evan Ratcliffe pump, not what's on it. It's just a regular stock rebuilt pump from eBay. 60-pound springs, ARP 425 is, I'm pretty sure, or the regular black head studs 2000s, I think is the series for these. ARP head studs, torque to 125 pounds. 62, 67 Fenley, Steed Speed, and that's it. It's not bad for my first 12 valve. I've only ever messed with like common rail stuff, and a couple 24 valves I've done just stock swaps on, but this is my first hot rod V 12 valve. I had bought a P pump for it, but the P pump I bought, I ended up posting on a forum and my goals, which is like 450, 500 horse. And this ended up being where I ended up. They said V starts better, which it does. It starts like freaking first crank. So I never started it with the P-pump. I was about to get it all on when I made that post. And then everybody hooked me up with Duncan and Evan Ratcliffe. And actually, the only guy that actually helped me out was Gavin Hugh. He's the only guy who like actually gave me solid information about where to start for my power goals. He's a super friendly guy. Hit him up on Facebook. That's where I got all the information on what power combo would work best. I went on the rowdier side of what he recommended. He recommended a little smaller charger, but for 450, 500, this is good. I'm gonna absolutely rip. So yeah, that's the update on the 12 valve. Hopefully these next few videos, probably the next video after this is gonna be me talking about either if it's not the next video, the video after that. The next video will either be me showing you both of my trucks, kind of like a formal introduction to the channel. You can see who's behind the camera, the plans for the mini truck and the Chevy. And then if that's not the next video, then the next video will be the disassembly of the Chevy. Getting the LS1 out of there, getting the 4L80 out, getting it rebuilt. I'm sorry that I kind of just started wrenching and forgot to film most of this, but I doubt anyone. Alright, I doubt there's not a million other videos on how to build a V12 valve. So yeah, that's the update. Engine's ready. Engine's ready to go in the truck. Small touch up, just paint stuff, but like nicks that I gotta touch up. But other than that, it's ready. Oh, and then I gotta reseal this plate because I haven't. That's the one plate I haven't resealed. So get this off, paint it, reseal it. But yeah, she's ready to rip. Deuces.